shooting guard, standing 6'8", number 0, Jalen Brown. At the center position, 7'4", number 14, Zach Edey. At small forward, standing 6'5", number 22, Desmond Bane. At forward, 6'11", number 13, Jack Jackson Jr. At guard, 6'3", number 12, Josh Moore.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. Here in March, things are heating up. Let's check out the teams in the West. You take a look at the Thunder. They're in the pole position right now for the top seed in the conference. And, of course, the Grizzlies, only a few spots below.
I think for the Thunder, it's impressive how well they have played. I mean, some teams need more time before they start clicking, but not them. They were ready from the beginning.
And what a good feeling it is to play such high-quality basketball so early in the season. This kind of start sets the foundation for what could be a monster year.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 slot. And for the Grizzlies, Bane and Jackson Jr. holding down the forward spots. Then there's Ja Morant, then it's Edey, and it's Wells in at the shooting guard position. Outside Bane. Well, it's fair to say we can expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, a steady offensive force, averaging around 32.5 a game. Basket's good.
You can see the ball handling ability of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Moves with precision, creates opportunities in pick and roll action. That's nice.
Here's Wells. The Thunder making their last shot. They set the pick. Down low. It's tipped. Here's Edey. And he throws it down with one hand.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. All right, let's go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to visit with head coach Taylor Jenkins.
And he acknowledged that they're facing one of the most dynamic players in the league in Gilgeous-Alexander. He said there's no way to defend him, that his speed and movement, we need to be ready to rotate and help on every possession. Still, he said, they're all looking forward to the challenge.
Okay, thanks, Allie. And here's Memphis now. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, last time against this team, they couldn't stay out of foul trouble, and that really hampered them.
Nothing wrong with aggression as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
B.A., you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the layup is good off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket.
Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
Inside. Outside, Williams. Over Bane. Williams misses.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball.
Oklahoma City's ball.
And how about we check the numbers for Ja Morant?
Over the past 5 games, his assist totals have been slipping. He and his teammates just don't seem to be clicking right now. Hopefully that's something he can correct tonight.
Wallace, he's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Dort outside. To the inside. Here's Williams. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
Jackson outside. Back to Morant. There's 48 seconds left in the first. Here's Edey, and he goes in for the dunk.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out, just going right for the slam.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave no doubt.
Now here's Morant, taking command on offense when they need him, putting up 21 a game. They set a pick to the paint. And it's Edey missing. Williams with it. Looking on Aldama. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
What I love about Jalen Williams, he makes his presence felt on the game. Athleticism, tireless work ethic, and offensive skills that are just blossoming with each repetition.
And Williams drops them both. Outside Bain. A deep 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Thunder. They're up by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Oklahoma City.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Brandon Clark out there with Santi Aldama. Then it's Desmond Bain. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Pippen in at the 1. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter.
This guy is such an explosive athlete. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes straight to the cup.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. After the basket by Oklahoma City. Aldama, the pass to Clark. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. SGA working through contact inside.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle. He can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. He was unstoppable.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
So both teams changing it up here. And we see Mike Miller in the crowd. He won 6th Man of the Year in a Grizzlies uniform.
You know, they could use some of his shooting right now as they're struggling to get it going.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daignault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Here's Wells. He's guarded by Caruso. Down low. Jackson goes up from the block. And there are the Grizzlies with another bucket.
Yeah, that's how Jackson's most effective, playing aggressive around the basket.
Caruso outside. Pass to Wiggins. Here's Hartenstein. Clark covers. Caruso outside. There's a screen by Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Wells. He's guarded by Caruso. And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game. Aldama's checked in for Memphis. Ja Morant comes in for Pippen. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Clark finds Jackson. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Pass to Williams. Now Holmgren. Clark covers. Back to Williams. 5 on the clock. From downtown, it's hauled in by Ja Morant.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Dort. Outside, Williams. To the middle. Dort, the pass to Wallace. Outside, Williams. High arcing shot. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
I mean, if I was out there, I'd probably test anyone but Jackson Jr. They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Pass to Holmgren. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for the Thunder, Chet Holmgren. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Hits both from the stripe. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Oklahoma City ahead, leading by a point. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
And taking a look at Oklahoma City, they're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in place for the title run. These guys will be tough to beat in a 7-game series.
Shifting back to that first half of play, let's focus on SGA. Man, is he off to a strong start.
He took a lot of good shots in the first half, also made some contested shots, playing with great confidence.
You know what? A couple of times, you could just see defenders hang their heads, man.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. Here's Morant following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Oh, okay then. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Leave it to Morant to shock the defense like this. I mean, just putting it on a string.
And one thing that Morant has always been a lead at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
The free throw drops for Morant. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek.
A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
And this is exactly why he's out here, in order to block shots in tight games like this.
Offensive board, and Hartenstein gets it to go.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And it's Morant with the ball for Memphis. 2-point game. After this one, they're off to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Oh, Morant attacking the D head-on.
Yeah, an electric player. Morant just bouncing off the contact and finishing on the drive.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, it's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out. Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Holmgren finds Hartenstein. Here's Dort. Hartenstein passes to Holmgren. 6 to shoot. And here's Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Lets a floater go. Tipped. Here's Wells. Dort defending. Wells, the pass to Morant. Tough points from Ja.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Now Williams. From deep, Holmgren. Oh, Holmgren, the touch from range.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Pass to Edey. And there's 1:45 left in the third quarter. Jackson against Holmgren. Here's Edey. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. Memphis making a switch here. Aldama's checked in. And also a switch here for Oklahoma City. Caruso's checked in. Thunder with a lead. Dort outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort, a screen on Morant. SGA on the move. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Floats one. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. It's going to be on Alex Caruso.
Whoa, sizzling from the field this half, and that's after a shaky start.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. So for Oklahoma City, Williams comes in for Hartenstein, and it's Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. The free throw drops for Morant.
The boundless athleticism Morant has is really special. He's someone that is always in attack mode.
Outside, Williams. Inside. And out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jaren Jackson.
And his scoring numbers have been moving in the right direction these past few years. He's continued to get better at adjusting to what opposing defenses are throwing at him, and he's finding ways to get buckets by any means necessary.
Clark is checked in for Memphis. Kennard comes in for Jackson. And also a switch here for Oklahoma City. Wiggins, he's checked in for Dort. Caruso against Morant. Clark with a screen on Caruso. Aggressive take from Morant. Puts it up. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
That was just great work to battle through contact and will end the shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Pippen, he's checked in for Ja Morant.
14 foul. At the line for Memphis. One shot. One shot.
The free throw drops for Clark. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Wiggins with a screen on Bain. Williams against Bain. Wiggins outside. Pass to Caruso. There's a screen by Wiggins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires top of the key, and he gets the jumper to drop. Caruso's got 5 now. 8 seconds left in the third. Outside Bain, driving inside. No good on the buzzer beater. Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Memphis. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be right back after this word. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. We've got Jackson, also Brandon Clark out there, and it's Pippen in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Jackson can't get it to go. Oklahoma City trailing. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
We all know that SGA is very capable of averaging 30 for a season. Tonight's exploit should come as no surprise.
Here's Pippen. Jackson outside. Clark with the screen. To the inside. Tipped and stolen by Williams. Wallace outside. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Fades away. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Inside, here's Jackson. Not going to go that time. Boy, this lead is razor thin.
Yeah, B.A., and there's a chance to extend that right here.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Tries again. Ooh, Shea showing no fear inside.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
And we've got a timeout from Taylor Jenkins. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Changes for Memphis. Edie's checked in for Clark. Bain comes in for Kennard. And it's Morant in for Pippen. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Caruso. And it's Lou Dort in for Wallace. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Taylor Jenkins had to say to his team. He encourages guys to stick with it, saying, I don't care what the scoreboard says. If we can play hard, that's all that matters. We can be the stronger team. So that's what coach is looking for.
Okay, thank you, Allie. So it's Oklahoma City now. After the basket by Memphis on the other end. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 here in the quarter.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, one of the calmest, most clutch players in the league. That's a big-time moment.
And then Morant with the dunk.
Can you say prime-time player Morant? He enjoys delivering for his team in these parts of the game.
Now here's Dort. Hartenstein a screen. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Morant. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Memphis trailing here. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Here's Wells. Good. And the setup by Morant.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
A minute 22 left in the final quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Memphis.
The fearlessness they've shown going strong inside has been impressive. The defense hasn't been very effective against them.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Back to Morant. There's Jackson with the 3. Can't hit that one. And it's Dort with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points.
Yes! And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Now here's Morant. And he buries it. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings him within 1. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Memphis with the ball. It falls!
Oh, you know Morant wants it. And guess what? He got it.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, this is a chance to take the lead, so you've got to draw up a play to make it happen.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second team. At the line for two.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2. And so both free throws good, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, those are essential free throws to make a 3-point lead. It's going to take something from long range now to tie this game.
Right side, Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. No good from 3-point range. And so it's the Grizzlies who come out on top here. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Jaron, you've shown yourself to be an impact player at both ends of the floor. But is defense where it starts?
Yeah, you know, the talking keeps me active, just being able to move my feet, being able to stay low on defense, you know, all those things keep you engaged. And when you do those things, you can make a big impact as the anchor of the team. And, you know, everybody else, they take pride in defense. So if I'm working with everybody else, it's great.
Thanks, Jaron. Congrats on your success.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. And now, time for our player of the game, Ja Morant.